The knowledge management methodologies. The training objective of this workshop is presenting and discussing some of the key knowledge management methods, tools, technologies, and techniques to be considered for the selection within a knowledge management implementation initiative. Secondly, providing a framework, simple method, and some very practical tools to produce some knowledge management tools. The knowledge processes. We start with capturing and structuring the knowledge, and then codifying the knowledge, and then distributing, and then sharing the knowledge. The knowledge life cycle. You start with capturing, and then codification, and then you distribute the knowledge, and then you share it. So here is a diagram that show the knowledge management methods and tools. So we start with capturing the knowledge, and then codifying the knowledge, and then distributing the knowledge, and then sharing the knowledge, and then at the end we analyze and evaluate the knowledge. And those are some of the methods that I will explain in details through this workshop. Knowledge capture tools and methods. There are different methods that we will discuss through this workshop. Some of the methods are brainstorming, survey, idea capture and management, content analysis, interview, after action review, debriefing, and lesson learned. Brainstorming is a simple way of helping a group of people to generate new and unusual ideas. The process is actually split into two phases, divergence and also convergence. During the divergent phase, everyone agrees to delay their judgment. In other words, all ideas will be treated as valid. During the convergent phase, the participants use their judgment but do so in a positive manner. Why do we use this tool? It is a powerful means to generate new and unusual ideas. It helps people feel involved in the problem-solving processes. It is very simple to learn. How to do it? We try to agree who will facilitate the activity, and then make sure everyone is aware of the basic guidelines, and then we try to give everyone a sticky notes and pens to write, and then they will start writing the problem on a flip chart so that everyone can see it, and then we ask everyone if they understand the problem, and they clarify it if necessary. If necessary, have a group of discussion about the criteria that will be used for the idea selected. Ask everyone to write down their ideas, one per sticky notes, and hand them to the facilitator who sticks them on the chart. When the group has run out of ideas, ask them to look for duplicate ideas and combine them. Vote for their favorite ideas, usually by putting a dot on the ideas based upon the agreed criteria. We'll pick the highest rated ideas and discuss how they could be implemented. There are some guidelines for brainstorming. We'll start with the divergent stage, how we will do it. We will differ some judgment, we will go for quantity, we'll seek unusual ideas, we'll combine them, and then we write down everything. For the convergent stage, we'll try to improve the ideas, and then we will use affirmative judgment, and we will seek novel ideas, and then we will check with our object. The very process of writing down explicitly what you think you have learned or a new idea is a fundamental process of knowledge organization that will develop further and refine the tacit knowledge in the individual to the next higher level. After action review. It is a technique to evaluate and capture lessons learned upon completion of a project. It allows the project team members to discover for themselves what happens, why it happens, and how it to sustain strengths and improve on weaknesses. We can see from this diagram how learning is occurred. So we have it before with the peer assist help, and then we have during the learning as a review, and then we have after the learning as after action review. This diagram is about capturing the ideas and managing the ideas. It's about the idea life cycles and communities. So we start with generating the ideas, and then we try to improve the ideas with the clients and also employees, and then we select the ideas based on the decision makers, and then we try to implement the ideas, and then we try to produce and deploy the ideas. This diagram is about idea lifecycle data evolution. So as we mentioned previously, we start with idea generation, how we do it. We start with the title, then summary, and then categorization, and then we do tagging, and then we try to attach more ideas, we submit them, and we try to collaborate through the whole process. The other stage is the idea improvement. So how we do it, we try to write some comments, link the ideas, and also we try to link the data. Then we go to the third stage, which is the idea selection. So we try to rank the ideas, categorize them, and also we try to review and assess the data. The fourth stage is the idea implementation, the application of the idea. So we think about different kind of like the human, the technical issues, if we have any kind of financial issues or problem issues. The last is the idea deployment. So it is about the products, and we think about, the client satisfaction. We try to think about the brand and all these kind of issues. Now we'll discuss the process of the codification of the knowledge. How we do it, we use some tools, for example, through the library or using like some memories. We try to use the best practices with guidelines and instruction. We can use also wikis. The method we can use are, we try to structure the knowledge through visual and matrix, and then we represent them through frames or rules, and then we can use some mathematical models and methods for that. The knowledge codification, this is an example of that. So you can see from the diagram, you think about, the context, the content, and also the structure and the accesses. You think about, you contact the employees, you have kind of database, you have, semi-structured like documents you want to, codify. Now we reach the knowledge distribution stage. We try to use advanced search tools. We try to use proactive knowledge delivery like recommenders, alerts. We try to use packages, infographics, and some courses. Advanced search tool, almost everyone who has used the World Wide Web will at some point have used a search engine. Advanced search tools that are offered by most of the search engines, getting the right information can be a hit and miss affair. Knowing how to use the search tools to narrow down the options is an important skill for any knowledge worker. Voice over Internet protocol. In a very simple terms, the Internet is now capable of sending both audio and video signals between computers using nothing more than a broadband connections and some low-cost equipment, such as a webcam and a headset. This capability is often referred to as Voice over Internet Protocol, VoIP. Knowledge portals. Knowledge workers use different computer-based information sources, sales results, manufacturing activities, inventories levels, and customer orders. These information sources need to be integrated and accessed through a common yet personalized interface. Now we reach the knowledge sharing stage. How we do it? We do it through different kind of methods like peer assist, knowledge cafe, social network services, community of practices, collaborative work and projects, and also storytelling. Peer assist. It is a technique used by a project team to solicit assistance from peers and subject matter experts regarding a significant issue the team is facing. The purpose is to shorten the learning curve of the project team. Through the peer assist, the project leader normally initiates the assistance when assistance is required in the project. There is no fixed timetable as to when the peers can be called in. Some peer assists are called early in a project and some are called later. It depends on the needs of the project's team and the complexity of the project. Knowledge Cafe. It is a way to have a group discussion to reflect and to develop and share any thoughts and insight that will emerge in a group. Social networking. A social network is a group of people who share a common area of interest. Social network services are online systems that support social networking. The core services they offer usually include finding people who have similar interests or needs, aggregating people into groups or subgroups, and being able to communicate with those groups, sharing content such as documents, links to relevant websites, or even streaming videos. Why do we use this tool? Social networks can be very powerful knowledge-sharing tools. A well-targeted network can provide its members with access to highly relevant knowledge, connections, and advice. In a business meeting, the knowledge sharing allows companies to have a much closer relationships with customers and potential customers. Using internet-based social networking has opened up a totally new way of managing customer relationships. How to use them? There are steps for getting involved in a social network would therefore look like this. First, identify how to use them. Once you feel comfortable in a network, join in the discussion and start to make connections. If you want to start your own network because your specific area of interest are not being well covered, it is often easiest to simplify, propose the new network within the discussion areas of your existing network. If enough people share your thoughts and your interests, it is usually very simple to create a new space. Content is the king. Your new network needs to be valuable to its members. This means that you and your colleagues need to work hard to finding relevant content, encouraging discussion, and welcoming new members. Communities of practice are groups of people who share a concern or a passion for something they do and learn how to do it better as they interact regularly. In the context of knowledge management, communities of practice are formed intentionally or spontaneously to share and create common skills and knowledge. Storytelling, it is conveying of events in words and sounds, often by improvisation. In the context of knowledge management, storytelling has been used as a powerful way to share and transfer knowledge, especially experiential and tacit knowledge. It is literally about telling a story. A person who has knowledge tells stories of his or her experience in front of people who want the knowledge. Through this method, it's quite simple. Storytelling is able to show deep knowledge when it is appropriately done. It has a strong power to share one's experience and lessons learned, since effective stories can convey rich context along with content. Why do we use storytelling? First, transfer tacit part of knowledge, because it conveys much richer context through stories than other means of knowledge management. Storytelling by a vastly experienced person in any field that has the power to transfer his or her experiential knowledge. Secondly, nurturing good human relationships. When someone tells his or her story, the action also conveys significant volume of the storyteller's personal information through the story itself, facial expression, tone of voice, etc. This aspect nurtures trust among the storytellers and audience that often become a seedbed for a community of the practice, which enables further sharing and creating of knowledge. Third, bringing out passion of audience. A great part of storytelling is that it is able to address logical as well as emotional part of the brain. As a result of good storytelling can change people's mindsets and behaviors to share and create more knowledge than before. How do we use it? Step 1, identify key areas of knowledge to transfer and share in your firm. Step 2, find the right person who has rich experience and ask him or her to tell you the story. The storyteller's eagerness are keys for success. Step 3, market the storytelling session to candidate participants. Step 4, hold the session. It is maybe effective to create informal environment by changing the layout, serving refreshment, holding icebreakers, etc. You may want to hold a small social gathering after the session to help the networking. Step 5, leverage the output of the storytelling session. This step is critical to maximize the effectiveness of storytelling by capturing and sharing the movie of the session among the employees, forming a community of the topic among the storytellers and participants who have interest. The storytellers often becomes the owner of the community, holding sessions regularly to give employees chances to both participate and tell a story. This is the last stage, which is knowledge analysis and evaluation. How you do it? Through knowledge map, maturity assessment models, and knowledge process charts. This is a diagram of capability maturity model. So to start with the initial, with the starting point for use of a new or undocumented repeat process, then the repeatable. So the process is at least documented, such as repeating the same step may be attempted. Defined, the process is defined and confirmed. Managed, so the process is managed in accordance with agreed upon metrics. Optimize, the process management include deliberate process optimization and improvement. Here are some examples of IT tools for knowledge management. So the softwares, for example, it can stand alone as universal and content-based. Universal, like, the social software and intelligent text analysis, and also knowledge-based system. For the content specific, it can be the media content, the technical product information. When we have the embedded into, so we can use the CRM, the CCM, help desk, project management, and others. Here are some examples of IT service for the knowledge management. For social network, we can use Facebook, LinkedIn, we can use Skype, we can use shared documents, we can use file hosting services like, Dropbox and Google Drive, we can use videos through YouTube, so we can use Gmail and others. Here is an example in Schlumberger. So they use Bluetooth, they use communities, they use Cape Pod. So there are different kind of techniques they are using for knowledge management. Here are the references. Thank you.